EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They give to Taylor out of the gun. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Shedding through the defense. And this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First and 10, Taylor now. Runs over him. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for first and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A big play there on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again.
If you were me,
and he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Blankenship has helped them good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Watson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Blankenship out for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Watson's throw into the hands of Hooper. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Off of play action, it's Watson. This one swung out here to Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And the Colts pick it up. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Taylor. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Chris Nagar now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
An extra point by Nagar is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Now this throw caught left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
48 yards on the ground for him so far. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. That he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. A give to Jones. And some room to roam now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, arguably, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the 1st down marker. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run here with Taylor, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Breaks a tackle. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. He sets up the screen to Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A big play there on the screen pass.
Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll roll him out right. And it's caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
21, Colts 14. Chris Nagar set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Now a give to Taylor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
On first down, it's Jones. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Watson off play action. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Harold Landry in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Working with a 2nd and 3. They run once more with Taylor.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A give for Taylor running right side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Check 52.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. Touchdown! That's caught. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jordan. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On 1st down. It's Jones, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd and 11 now. Watson caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down inside the 30. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Second down, another shot for Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go away.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Nagar's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass.
He's got a man complete. So there's one big play followed by the timeout as we're under 10 seconds to go. And now how do you play it offensively? We'll find out. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And incomplete on the deep ball. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Texans are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover.